Hey, what is up guys, this is Tech Paradise and today I'm gonna do an overview of the OnePlus Nord 2 5G. Let's jump right into it. First, let's talk about the design of the phone. It's a good looking phone and I have the blue haze color and it looks really good. It's minimal and not too reflective or too shiny, and it's a very well made build. The OnePlus Nord 2 uses a Gorilla Glass protection on the front and back, which makes it sturdy for everyday abuses. Its plastic frame with a glossy metallic finish seems to be weak when compared to the peers with metallic chassis, but the build overall is really nice. So 4 on 5 on this one. Now let's talk about the display. It has a 6.4-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with a 90Hz refresh rate, which is really nice. Right off the bat, I can say that it's really smooth, but a 120Hz refresh rate display would have been much better. There are a lot of cheaper phones like the Moto G60 which has a 120Hz refresh rate. Most of the time you won't notice the difference, but the 120Hz refresh rate would have been nice. Other than that, this display is really beautiful. It has an AMOLED panel, so the colors are really bright and crisp, and I don't have to say how good the blacks look on this thing. So it's a 4 and 5 on this one too. Now let's talk about the performance. Now I have the 12GB RAM and a 256GB storage unit, and let me tell you, the 256GB of storage is more than enough for anyone, and a 12GB of RAM is an overkill. But not all the performance depends on the RAM and ROM of the phone. It also depends on the processor, and this time OnePlus has used a MediaTek's new Dimensity AI processor. It's the latest chip from MediaTek for mid-range phones, and it's a pretty good processor. The phone never lags or anything, and the games work just fine on it. Combined with Oxygen OS, this thing is a powerhouse. So in terms of performance, this thing gets a 5 on 5. Now the camera. It has a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 primary sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a dumb and not very useful 2 megapixel monochrome camera. The photos are good enough, and I wasn't able to shoot a lot of photos on this phone for the limited amount of time I got to use it, but I can tell it's a good camera. But if you want an in-depth video on the cameras of this phone, then there's a lot of them on YouTube. You can check them out. Now overall, this phone is really good, and I would easily recommend this to anyone with a 30,000 rupees budget. The 8GB RAM and a 128GB of storage is enough, so you can get it for rupees 30,000. But for some reason, if you want the 12GB and a 256GB version, you're gonna have to spend around rupees 35,000, which is a lot. So it's your choice. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did and you like a lot of tech content, then consider subscribing and hitting the like button, because there's a lot of these videos coming soon on the channel. Thanks for watching. This is Tech Paradise, and I'll see you in the next one.